Ooh. Ah, nice. Can you hear me okay? Chicago, I feel it. Another version. Alright, so I am reading my grandfather's eulogy, and there's 6 lessons in here. They say that they're business lessons, but I think they're good lessons for life. And he passed away 3 years ago. His name is Craig Scott, and my middle name is Craig, my last name is Scott. And he was my hero, and he is my hero. And I'm missing him a little bit extra today. And so I just wanted to share these lessons, document these lessons, because I think they're super valuable, and I think about them all the time. So it says, this is my mom's cousin, or mom's uncle, who's named Andrew, who I am named after. So he wrote the eulogy. I'm not gonna read the top parts, but it says, 47 years ago I moved to Allentown, Pennsylvania to help Craig run his Chevy dealership. Hi, Nana.
No, I'm screwing up with this phone. Don't pay any attention to me anymore.
Oh, I love paying attention to you. What's going on?
No,
Bye, Nan. I love you.
Bye. I love you.
Bye. Anyway. 47 years ago, I moved to Allentown to help Craig run his Chevy dealership. I'd been struggling through college and needed a lifeline. Craig believed in me when I needed it most. The business lessons I learned from and with Craig have stayed with me throughout my career. Here are my top 6. Number 1, always sit in the front row. In the early days at factory business meetings, Craig would sit in the front row. His reasoning? To make sure that those who were in positions to help us succeed knew who we were and therefore would want to help us succeed. Checks out. Ever since I read this, ever since I heard this, I've sat in the front row wherever I go. Number 2, don't be afraid to take a risk, even if you may be wrong. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. His theory, if you're not making any mistakes, you're not being aggressive enough. Talk about taking a risk. Craig transferred from F&M, Franklin and Marshall, in Lancaster, PA, to USC in Los Angeles in 1957. There's never been a bigger leap of faith taken than that. Number 3, stay calm and carry on. No matter how dire the circumstances, Craig was always even-keeled and even-tempered. I literally never saw him overreact in a business circumstance. Number 4, always do the right thing because it's the right thing to do. I remember one time we were in a small claims court, and in the middle of our attorney's testimony, Craig stopped the proceedings because he remembered a detail in which our customer's point was correct and contradicted our allegation. We backed off our claim and moved on. To this day, that attorney brings it up 40-year-old story because he found it so rare that a business owner would reverse himself in midstream simply because it was the right thing to do. Number 5, I love number 5. Look for the positive in every situation. In every situation. From gas shortages to recessions to manufacturer bankruptcies, Craig always looked for the silver lining. One of his classic quotes after chatting about the challenges of our business was, "So, what's the good news?" He also loved the phrase, "the best is yet to come." Always looking for something good or positive that may be around the corner. I love that so much, and I feel that's in my DNA, and I've learned it from him, and it's changed my life drastically. I feel like I'm overly optimistic at times, always looking for the good in every situation, and it's because when you look for the good comes into focus. This is great. Number 6, how not to fire an employee. Yes, I said how not to fire an employee. As the story goes, early in my career, we had an employee that was just not cutting it. Craig was going to show me how to let him go. We sat down with that person, and after several minutes of unnecessary small talk, Craig indicated in so many words that we were moving on from him. I remembered thinking that his words were somewhat vague. Anyway, we ended the meeting, and all seemed good, until the next morning. Early that day, the same employee comes and knocks on my door, and with a big grin says, "Andy, can you please tell Mr. Scott that I've decided to stay?" I had to explain that that was not an option. Confrontation was never a strong attribute of the Scott family. As a friend, Craig was an excellent listener and an advisor, if you asked. In fact, he was more comfortable listening than he was talking. And although he didn't share his feelings easily, those close to him always knew what he was thinking. He put other people's feelings in front of his own. He never waffled or wavered in his ability to listen with a sympathetic ear. And when Craig was in your corner, he stayed there. In early April, I flew down to Florida to see him, with the reports about his declining health. Bummer. I wanted to be sure to see him in person and reiterate my appreciation for all that he had done for me and to reflect on and about our lifelong relationship. For 2 days we reminisced, told old stories, and laughed hysterically. I believe we both said everything we needed to say, and I'm so thankful that we did. Other than my parents, Craig was the most influential person in my life. I'll cherish his wisdom, his generosity, and his genuine spirit forever. In closing, I'd like to share a quote about losing a loved one. It states, "Life is eternal and love is immortal, and death is only a horizon, and a horizon is nothing save the limit of our sight." May the lasting and loving memory of Craig Scott live on in all of us, and may we look forward to the future remembering one of Craig's favorite quotes, which was, "The best is yet to come." So, there's so much that I would love to share with my grandfather. So many updates about life. So many conversations and feedback that I would love to receive and just hear his thoughts on it. And there's so much that I'm proud of that I would want to share with him. And so again, I make this video to honor him, to say thank you for leading the way, and leading by example. He was a gentleman, he was a businessman, an entrepreneur, living the American dream, and he took care of everybody. He took care of his employees, he took care of his family, his friends, his loved ones, he took care of strangers. He was perfect. And he had his quirks, but I miss his laugh, I miss his smile, I miss his stories. I miss time with him. But I'm grateful for 24 years of my life with him, 23 years of my life with him. And I choose to live my life to honor him. And I don't need to live the same life that he lived in the car business. But I know living a life aligned with his fundamentally, where you do take risks, and you are optimistic, and you do take care of your loved ones, and you're a good listener, staying even-tempered when times are tough. And again, like, life is hard. There's a lot of things in life that are difficult to navigate, that are on paper horrible, but when you look for the good, and you crack a joke and you crack a smile, I'd say that's an approach that is different than most. And again, I'm grateful to have such an amazing role model and have such an amazing man in my life that showed me the way. And so, cheers to you, Pop. I love you. I miss you. I know you're smiling down on me. And every time I walk past a boat, anytime I'm on the water, I think of you. I hope that you're up in heaven with your brothers, with your family, smiling down on us, clinking a martini glass, listening to Frank Sinatra. So thank you for listening. Cheers.
I travel each and every highway each charted course, each careful step along the byway.